Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Again, as always, a lot to talk about today. We would love to hear from you. If you got anything on your mind, if you like to bring up a new subject or comment on any of the things that we talk about, by all means, give us a call, 256-234-6221, or just dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today. As we talked about yesterday, and I kind of brought it up briefly, but we'll kind of take a look at the Auburn roster. They did a pretty interesting, in-depth survey of every player, every scholarship player on the football roster and where they ranked as far as recruiting services are concerned. Kind of interesting when you think about it, and it just kind of puts it in perspective about how talented this Auburn team is, at least from that perspective, recruiting perspective. So it's kind of interesting, 35 players on Auburn's roster, 34 players, 4-star, 1 5-star, that being Owen Papo, but the guys that are not listed as 4 stars, the guys that are listed below that are major contributors, that have been major contributors, that are expected to be major contributors, quite a few of those guys that are not even amongst the 4 stars that we will talk about. So kind of interesting. We'll kind of break that down a little bit and talk a little bit more in depth about it. ESPN Football Power Index comes out usually about this time after SEC Media Days. They predict Auburn's season. They have them going, they say they predict them going 7-4, but technically they have them listed as the favorite in 8 games. So if they win those, they'll be 8-4. We'll talk about some of that. Kind of interesting. They have them beating Texas A&M, losing to Mississippi State. Seems, but home and away, they give obviously a lot of status to home games, especially in Jordan-Hare. So we'll talk about that. Looks like Plainsman Park is going to get a big facelift coming in the near future. So right after, immediately following the 2023 season, it looks like. We'll talk about that a little bit in specifics as we move forward. Again, love to hear from you. Love to know what's going on in your mind today. David, good to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Andy, we look good today in you got your blue sports blitz.
Going on.
You had your orange on yesterday. This is my my Omaha shirt that I am very proud of.
Yeah.
Love this thing. So
I had the one, you brought me a shirt. You were kind enough to bring me. You went to the World Series and all I've got was this lousy shirt. But I went out to eat. I think I was at Niffers there on the lake. And I was going in, and the guy said, "Did you go to the World Series?" I went. Man, it was a lot of fun. And I said, well, actually, my buddy went. And I got this.
Lousy shirt.
I got this lousy shirt. So, I mean, apparently, so a lot of people from around here did make the trip.
Well, it's funny. I have the opposite story, Andy. I was at church Sunday walking in, and one of the greeters said, "I begged my wife, let's go." And she said, "No, plane tickets are too high." He said, "I'll drive." I said, "Well, we drove." He said, "I would have drove." He said, "Man, I hate that so much that we didn't go." It's a look. We've talked about it. It's a bucket list trip. And I'm going to Auburn after the show today, Andy. I'm going to take in basketball practice today, watch the Tigers as they prepare for an incredible trip to Israel. I'm going to go across the street and try to catch Butch. I don't know where he is right now. If he's there, I'm going to try to get a little more info on this upgrade, because that's news to me when I walked in today and you told me. That is fantastic news for the Auburn Tiger baseball program. So.
Yeah, well, I'll run some of that down right quick. We'll just open with that.
Let's do it.
Dale wants to know about Wilkie. Is it Denaud? Is that how you pronounce his name? Travis d'Arnaud for the Braves kind of spells it that way, but there's an R in there. So I'm not sure how that works. But he is supposed to announce tomorrow, I believe, an edge rusher.
Who else is in the mix?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
But he is supposed to announce. He was one of those guys, Auburn missed out on a guy here. So, he was kind of another guy that they had been recruiting all along. But apparently, he is supposed to announce tomorrow. On Tuesday, that would be today, the Auburn University Board of Trustees approved plans to incorporate seating areas on top of the Green Monster.
No, thank you.
On top of the recently built Josh Donaldson hitting lab, beyond the right field fence, and on the concourse area along the first base line. Construction is expected to begin in June of 2023, following next year's season. Coach Thompson says, we are thrilled and thankful that the Auburn University leadership approved the next phase of upgrades for Plainsman Park. I believe in our student athletes and their families, our staff, our fans, and our university, who have all played a role in getting us where we are. So you're talking about seats in right field above the hitting lab up there, so you're going to have a bird's eye view. And then on top of the monster, and they're talking about, it's not just seats. They're going to build a bathroom up there, and it's going to be like a concourse up there too. So
wow,
much like they did at Fenway Park. And so, that makes sense. You don't want to have to be, you don't have to go all the way down to go use the bathroom.
No,
and then climb all the way back up.
I can't wait to get up there and just see what the view is from up there. It's going to be interesting.
You'll have to tell me about it.
Yeah. And Andy, we had talked about this. You asked me, where did I think? And I had made the statement that concourse at the bottom of the first base line is huge. Mm-hmm. There's plenty of room for additional, whether that be premium seating boxes or whatever.
I think part of that is going to be premium seating.
Wouldn't that be cool? Some luxury boxes along the first base line. And I still think they're probably going to continue to enhance the accoutrements for that center field area too. I think they're probably going to spruce that up a little bit. Welcome news, and well-deserved, for sure.
No doubt about it. And that's, like you said, for somebody that goes to the to the games, quite a few. I had season tickets several years ago, went for a couple of years. That was always a lot of fun. It's just I couldn't get there enough to justify, continuing to get them.
Now you can't get them.
Now you can't get them. So that's a good thing too. So
yeah.
You said Plainsman Park. It averages it'll hold about
4,096, I think, is the number.
So this you're talking about seats up in right field, left field, and down the line. Maybe you add 1,000 seats.
Yeah. Well, it depends on if those premium seats are luxury boxes, that won't add that many seats. Now, if they're like chair back cushion seats or something covered, you'd put more seats in there. And they didn't give us a number. I think they're still in the planning phase of what, and we'll see what that will look like, the footprint of that as we get down the road. But I don't know how SEC seating charts go as far as the number, but we got to be near the bottom.
Yeah.
Of total capacity at this point.
Yeah, I would think that's probably about right.
Yeah. So, and I tell you about my conversation with the Ole Miss fan at the College World Series. He was not kind about our stadium. He said that they have that many people standing around in standing room only at Ole Miss. So, but you and I have talked about this before, you and Randy, Brett. It's an arms race in the SEC. And nobody's ahead of Mississippi State right now. That place is unbelievable. But this is a welcome sign that Auburn is rewarding a coaching staff and players for. And I tell you, the Auburn baseball fans are faithful. The games that I go to, you see those people, they're there. And I told you at the end of the baseball season, I was having withdrawals from going to Plainsman Park. I loved being in Plainsman Park as it was this year. I can't imagine how much more fun it's going to be when we get all that done.
No question. I just for the novelty of it, to have seats up on the monster, that I don't, I think it'll be interesting to see if that's a hard ticket to get, or if that's something that will be kind of a premium thing. But
well, Andy,
just for the novelty of it, it'll be pretty cool.
I wonder if they're going to pattern anything, behind what the Red Sox did. That'll be interesting.
Well, I mean, the monster it's to the exact dimensions, I believe, of the wall in Fenway.
That's right.
So, I mean, I would assume they will probably try to do it much the same way the Red Sox have.
Well, Andy, I'm sure they're going to have a ramp. I think you could get your chair up there. You just have to put it in a four-wheel drive, maybe, to get it up there.
Again, you tell me about it. Okay.
I will definitely do that. Looking forward to that.
All right, so again, we'll begin. We'll carry this over, obviously, to the next segment. But looking at the Auburn roster, every single scholarship recruit, we got 80 of the 85, 80 scholarship recruits. Every one of them listed as far as where they were when they came out of high school. Talking about transfers, it kind of goes back to what they came out of high school, not necessarily when they came out of junior college. But we'll look at that. I find it somewhat interesting. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, DHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
At Glenn Smith in Opelika, we're celebrating our 30th anniversary. Check out these hot July offers on powerful full-size Chevy and GMC trucks. The Chevy Silverado discounted up to $6,500 off. Or the GMC Sierra $5,000 off. Plus, get financing as low as 0% on several models. New inventory is arriving daily.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you for about 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro. The Eric McKinley team, Eric McKinley, Lender of the Year. Eric McKinley, Lender of the Year.
Yeah, they're getting it done.
I'm telling you, every time you turn around, he's got a trophy case that could match Jack Nicklaus at this point. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. There's a reason they are an award-winning corporation. Mortgage Pro, or award-winning business. 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Looking at the Auburn roster, inside the Auburn Tigers kind of broke this down. They detailed how every scholarship player on the roster was ranked coming out of high school, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. They even have, everyone is given like a numerical value. So there's a difference between a high 4-star and a low 4-star, or a high 5-star and a low 5-star. For instance, I think that just for the purposes of this discussion, like the cutoff is like apparently like 98.50, let's say, for a 5-star. So anything above 98.50 would be a 5-star. Owen Papo is 98.79. That's what his value, that's where he was ranked. So he's right at the bottom, you would say, of the 5-star. Then you got 9,800 and 9,800 down to 8,900 would be like everybody in that is a 4-star. And then below that would be like a 3-star. So very, very high 4-star guys for Auburn. Tank Bigsby, number 2 on the list behind Owen Papo. Highest or ranked player on Auburn's roster. No, I wouldn't have thought Dylan Brooks, number 3 on the list. Yeah. Now, great comment. Derek Hall was asked at SEC Media Days, talk about the development of Dylan Brooks And, do you think he's how's that going? And he said he don't have a choice. He's got to compete. He's got to be a factor this year.
Yeah.
I that's good and bad. I mean, that's good that they're treating it like that. I'm glad that he's pushing him. And, but, I think there's a lot of truth to that, too, for Derek Hall.
Well, Andy, let me speak to that. Somebody the other day on Twitter or something said Derek Hall is Takeo Spikes without the neck development, and that's coming.
Yeah.
I expected, and I've said this to you on the show, I expected to see Dylan Brooks more last year, and we didn't. I think it just taken him a year to understand, dude, I got to get with it. This is different than other places that I've been. The work ethic, what's required, and I think he's going to shine this year. I certainly hope so.
Well, all these guys, like I said, 35 players on the roster, 4-star players. 33, and 34 players, 4 stars, and 1 5-star. So of those 34 that are 4 stars, all of them, the names they're all contributors, or they're expected to be contributors coming up very shortly. For instance, Robert Woodyard, 6th highest ranked player on the Auburn roster, incoming freshman, linebacker. J.D. Rhyme, incoming cornerback. Austin Osbury, incoming cornerback. Jeffrey Imba, defensive tackle. E.J. Harris, the offensive lineman from Auburn, number 21 on the list, a high 4-star. Keontae Scott transferred. Coy Moore, wide receiver, transferred, that is really turning heads this year. Damari Austin, running back, incoming. He's number 24, highest ranked player on Auburn's roster. Omari Kelly, number 27. Now, this goes back to, I mentioned yesterday, this is one of those that just jumps off the page at me. Number 1, Xavion Capers, highest ranked receiver on Auburn's roster as far as recruiting services are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Expecting a lot from him this year. He needs to take a big step forward. But when you look at it, Xavion Capers, number 8. Malcolm, J.J. Evans, who has, I don't know if he even caught a pass since he's been at Auburn. But J.J. Evans, number 13, high 4-star guy. Malcolm Johnson, number 16. Coy Moore, number 24. Omari Kelly, number 27. Javarius Johnson, number 34. Tavares Dawson, number 34, both tied. All 4-star guys. So you're telling me
I know what you're saying.
6 guys on the list in the top 35, 6 of them are wide receivers? I said yesterday, 4 in the top 27 are wide receivers? And we're looking at the wide receiver room and going, where's all the talent? It's there. We didn't miss on all of them. So what's been the problem?
Well, Andy, there's only 2 conclusions you can come to. And you know how I feel about the star system. They ain't never played a game on paper.
Yeah.
Okay. Either the star system got a lot of kids wrong and continues to, or we just hadn't been getting it done as a coaching staff previously, especially in the wide receiver room, to develop this talent that's on campus.
I've been told that recruiting stars matter.
Yeah. Well, when you look at the rosters of Alabama and Georgia,
if that's the case, I'm looking at this roster, and they better start showing up.
Yep.
Hope it gets another break here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you for about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. We're looking at the Auburn roster. Breaking it down as far as the talent is concerned, is from recruiting services where they were coming out of high school. The next point I want to make is this. Okay, so Auburn has got enough four-star, quote-unquote, high-caliber talent to compete in the SEC. Now, when I say there are 35 or, four-star, five-star guys, that does not include Shedrick Jackson, most productive receiver so far on the roster. Mm-hmm. Tyler Fromm, who was a very, kind of had I don't know if you would call it a breakout season, but he had a really good nice season last year. I think expect a lot from him. Donovan Kaufman, Marquise Gilbert, who was the #1 safety in junior college, who's coming to Auburn. Zach Calzada.
Landon King. Where's Landon King?
We're getting there.
Oh, you were getting there?
Killian Zaire. Nehemiah Pritchett, who started last year.
Oh, there he is.
Brendan Coffey, T.J. Finley.
Yeah.
Daslin Warsham, who transferred to Auburn. Marquise Burks, who's played quite a bit. DJ James, who were expected to play again this year. Landon King, that doesn't include him. He was number 57 on the list.
Yeah.
Luke Deal, who played a tremendous amount and is going to play a tremendous amount this year. Jeremiah Wright, who is, if he can stay healthy, they feel like could be a very productive player. Caleb Wooden is going to play this year and play many for the next several years, if spring is any indication.
Yep.
Iku Leota, who is going to be a major factor this year. Jarquez Hunter. Craig McDonald,
Yep.
a transfer from Iowa State.
Joko Willis.
Joko, well, we'll see about him.
I'm
Anders
high,
Carlson.
I'm high on Joko.
Okay. Anders Carlson. John Schenker. I'm sorry, John Shanker. The tight end. He's breaking records at Auburn as far as tight end is concerned.
And Andy, number 78.
Marcus
there.
Harris.
Yeah.
Major contributor
Yep.
inside.
Yep.
Now, Brandon Council is going to play start. Sean Jackson's going to get playing time.
Yep.
2 transfers, Marcus Bragg, Morris Joseph. I don't know what we'll get from them. Oscar Chapman, one of the best punters in the league.
Not rated.
Unrated.
Yeah.
So all those names I just threw out there, those are guys that are actually playing. So Auburn's getting their money's worth from the 3-star guys.
Yeah.
The 4-star guys are the ones that we got to start getting our money's worth with. So
yeah,
it's kind of interesting. It seems to work differently at Auburn than it does anywhere else on the planet. I don't know why that is, but Luke has written a small novel here. I'll try to get to some of it. Let's see. Stars do matter. It's undeniable, but consider there are thousands of kids to rank. Some will be overlooked, undervalued. Also, when I saw the article on the Auburn roster, it stood out that there's only one, I think he means 5-star, and he hasn't played as well as a prototypical 5-star, that being Owen Papo. That is stunning that Auburn only has one 5-star. Now, I think they've had a couple, transfer out, and I think Lee Hunter may have been a 4, or he was close to a 5, one or the other. Luke says, consider that Georgia, Alabama, LSU, A&M have multiple 5-stars and high 4-stars, and that AU plays those every year. Throw in the fact that Ole Miss has comparable talent, and Arkansas and Mississippi State are improving. All of a sudden, it's tough to win. Again, if Auburn had the same roster and played in the ACC, they'd win 9 games a year. Easy. Also say that Auburn played Alabama and could have beat them last year. They beat LSU last year. They beat Texas A&M the year before that. They beat Ole Miss last year. They've beaten Arkansas for the last 2 or 3 years. They beat Mississippi State before that. So the rosters are comparable, but Auburn's not having a problem beating those teams. They've just beating them consistently. Ruben Peaches, Yeldon Quanjo Pickens says 2023 combo guard 4-star Aiden Holloway set to commit this week, possibly today, maybe Thursday or Friday. Auburn leading on 3 prediction at 97%. Looking at the ESPN FPI for each game, I feel pretty good about this season. Luke says success is a combination of roster, schedule strength, injury, luck, chemistry, and coaching. But if you don't have the talent, the rest doesn't matter over the course of an entire season. That's probably true.
Well, I didn't mean to infer, Luke, that stars don't matter. They do. I'm just saying I coached on the high school level, and I know how the brains of these kids work. A lot of these kids that gain that 4- and 5-star status, they go into an autopilot. And it's a tough adjustment on the college level, and a lot of 3-stars end up way better players than some of the 4 and even 5s. It's not an exact science because you can't measure heart. They don't measure work ethic. All they do is throw up a bunch of highlight films from high school games, and all of a sudden, they're all the greatest things since sliced bread. Now, that being said, obviously the teams with the most 4 and 5 stars played in the national championship last year. Mm-hmm. There's just, there's a lot of hit and misses with that. I like where we are right now. I think you and I both have said this, and all of us agree. Going forward, we'd like to see a little more quantity. I think the quality that we're getting is going to be fine, and I think, as I've said before, this upcoming football season is so important in concert with that new building that they're going to open for our recruiting going forward.
One other factor, a great QB can make up for lack of talent, and conversely, a bad quarterback can ruin an otherwise team full of 4 and 5 stars. That I agree with as well. Definitely helps when you're surrounded by 75 to 80% 5 stars, says Ruben. Point being that in a one-off, Auburn can win. Long haul, much harder. Doesn't just help, it makes the difference. I looked up the data, says 65% of 5 stars make NFL and 35% of 4 stars make the NFL. And 5 stars, 5% 3 stars make the NFL. That comes from Jim. Got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. Keep the comments rolling. We'll get to it right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, 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 Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We're brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center. They got 10 locations around central Alabama. For all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be, go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. Some more of these comments. Luke, let's see. Luke says, yeah, point being to my recitation of Auburn beating a lot of those teams, that in a one-off, Auburn can win. Long haul, much harder. Yes and no. I get what you're saying. I don't disagree with the fact you got more talent. It's easier to win. That makes. I mean, that's irrefutable. I'm just saying that. Yes, and that has been proven as far as the Iron Bowl, and certainly facing Georgia over the last haul. But my point being that Auburn is getting more from their 3 stars than they are from their 4 stars right now. Mm-hmm. And if you got a roster full of 4 stars and you're not getting the production out of them that you should be getting based on their recruiting ranking, then I think that speaks to why Auburn has their record has not been what they would like it to be more than anything else.
Yeah.
Jim says, I looked up the data. Yeah, okay, I did that one. Most of these athletes are ranked by a bunch of nerdy media guys who never played or coached a down of football in their life. It is not an exact science. We all agree. That's partially true. But look at the teams that have won the recruiting rankings. They are usually the teams winning the most. It's not a perfect system, but it has gotten a lot more accurate because of film and going to camps and things like that. Jim says recruiting rankings are better than they've ever been with more access to every player by film coaches and social media. That's probably no doubt true as well.
Well, Andy, let me say this. And I'm not trying to sit up here and be stupid enough to say that if you have more 5 stars, you're not going to win more games. That's ridiculous. Obviously, that's true. I'm just piggybacking off what Luke said in one of his earlier comments. Injuries, team chemistry, lack of development by a coaching staff, ineffective or kids that come in and the challenge is a little bit too much for them because they had it so easy in high school, regardless of the number of stars that they have. There's so many factors that go into that. How do you explain? Of course, this is the one that Luke was talking about. How do you explain in Auburn being one kid falling down in bounds out beating in Alabama with 25 stars to our one that didn't even play? It happens, and it can't happen more often if those 3 and 4 stars just bust their like you said, it's amazing to look at this list and look at all the number of our 3 stars that are huge competitors and some of our 4 stars who have not really shown the way that the ranking would say that they should. So, and that's why, again, I still go back to how important the development of these players are. And Brian Harsin said it in his press conference. We are all about developing players every single day. So,
well, he said watch, so I'm going to watch.
I'm going to watch too.
And he better prove it. Good news for the Auburn baseball program. More good news, despite or besides improvements to Plainsman Park, Tommy Sheehan announces he is coming back for a second senior season at Auburn. So that'll be good. Auburn lost a lot of the opportunity, with some of the guys getting drafted. Obviously, Hayden Mullins, Mason Barnett, Trace Bright all got drafted. Even Jonathan Brand, the guy that they were bringing in, was a transfer to be a starter on the weekend. So now you got Gonzalez coming back. You got Sheehan coming back. That's two guys, I think. And Sheehan was really good. He kind of struggled coming off that partial.
Yeah, he had a rough time.
Partial tear.
Yeah.
He had surgery. So they were really delicate with him, and he kind of had a rough start. But by mid-season on, he was really, really good.
He was, Andy, and there's 2 of your 3 weekend starters next year.
And that's what, 2 left. And Gonzalez, he's not.
No, Gonzalez is a righty.
He's a righty. So you got a righty, a lefty, and now who would be the other third? Who would be that third starter? That's something. But they got to figure out. Could be a freshman.
Yeah.
Because Auburn's got some really nice freshmen coming in. They had some guys that were kind of learned on the job this past year.
We have the Armstrongs. We have
that Ben
Copeland.
Boss. He's got a big, strong arm.
Yep.
He'll be a sophomore.
The kid from Dothan that throws 96, 97. Another senior moment.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got some pieces.
You got to be a little bit more specific
I know.
than that.
I got to make some notes, but that was just off the cuff.
Yeah.
And the other thing that you mentioned, we lost, and this is partly due to the draft being condensed, but also it speaks highly of Butch Thompson and what this Auburn program offers. We lost 0 high school commitments from this past year's recruiting group. So that's rare, because some of those guys usually get drafted, because several of them were highly rated.
Oh, Ike Irish was like big time. He's a 5-star baseball player, which if you go by stars. Now, is that going to help him hit a baseball?
Right.
I think that's probably not. Yeah. But the rule changes, we never did get a chance to come back to these. We talked about the one about there's going to be maybe a clock. These are not implemented quite yet, but these are proposed rule changes. How about starting with the 2023 season, celebratory props not allowed on the field?
Outside the dugout.
Outside the dugout.
So
no more Eagles head.
No more Eagles head. If you're going to put the big 20-pound chain over him, you got to wait till he gets down the dugout steps.
I did hear that Miami was, with Cristobal, they were retiring the turnover chain.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
It's stupid. Georgia putting the shoulder pad, it's stupid. It's as stupid as Tennessee bringing a garbage can out there and dunking a garbage can. It's all stupid. But that's just me. We got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Well, final segment in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Join us tomorrow, same time, same channel, and each and every day throughout the week, Monday through Friday. It is July the 26th. On this day, 1933, Joe DiMaggio ends a 61-game hitting streak in the Pacific Coast League. Not only had a Major League record 56-game hitting streak in 1941, he had a 61-game hitting streak in the minor leagues.
Wow.
That dude could hit, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
A little bit.
1948, the Babe Ruth story premieres, a 1948 movie that many consider one of the worst movies of all time. It was a biopic of Babe Ruth. They rushed it to get it out while he was still alive. He actually died on August 16th, so he died shortly, just a couple of weeks after this premiere of this movie. This was his last public appearance of his life.
He saw the movie and said,
And I've had enough.
I've had enough. I got to go.
One of the worst movies of all time. It almost makes me want to watch it. The Babe Ruth story.
See, it's so bad that you even misspelled it on the script.
I did.
The Babe Ruth story.
Well, look,
you're forgiven,
I
Andy.
say I didn't misspell
I know you don't
it.
make many mistakes.
Yeah, this is true. I didn't misspell it. Dragon, naturally speaking, misspelled.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Happy birthday today, sad Sam Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Pitcher back in the day. Threw a no-hitter without having a single strikeout. One of only 3 men to do that in all of Major League Baseball history, to throw a no-hitter without a single strikeout.
He had a lot of help, didn't he?
He did.
Speaking of the turnover
A lot
chain.
of ground balls.
Yeah.
But why do they call him Sad Sam? Because he looked like he was sad on the mound. The sports writer said it, coined it, and that's how things stuck back in the old days. Gracie Allen, a wife of George Burns.
Yeah.
George and Gracie.
Yeah.
Vivian Vance.
The name's familiar.
Ethel Mertz.
Oh, yeah.
I Love Lucy.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Gene Shepard. You ever seen A Christmas Story?
Mm-hmm.
It's only on 1,000 times
Right.
every
That's
Christmas.
right.
He is the guy that does the narration.
Oh, okay.
And apparently the story is kind of loosely based on his life.
How about
An
that?
autobiography. Hoyt Wilhelm, he's a Hall of Fame pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Born on this day, 1922. Jason Robarbs, fine actor.
Yeah.
How the West Was Won.
Mm-hmm.
He won an Academy Award or two, I think, for
Yeah.
all the all the President's Men. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
James Best, Roscoe P.
Oh, yeah.
From the Dukes of Hazzard,
Oh,
and
mercy.
Andy Griffith, if you like. He
Yeah.
was on that quite a bit. Stanley Kubrick, born on this day, 1928.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket.
Mm-hmm.
How about 2001? Space
Odyssey. Yeah.
Very, very, Clockwork Orange.
Mm. Yeah.
Gritty. Mike Slive, got to meet him at SEC Media Days a couple of years before he passed. Former commissioner of the SEC.
Yeah.
Handed it over now to Sankey, but did a fine job.
He did.
1940, born on this day. Mick Jagger. The Rolling Stones, still getting it done, by the way, 1943.
I bet his knees, he's going to have knee replacement surgery or something, all that jumping around he's doing.
That's probably true. He probably had lip replacement surgery, too. Helen Mirren, lovely actress.
Yes.
1945. Tommy Wildfire Rich. Did somebody say something about getting fired up? 1956. All of you Wildfire Rich fans, you know where I'm coming from. Dorothy Hamill.
Yeah.
Lovely gold medal winning ice figure skater. 1956. Wayne Grady. He won the PGA Championship 1990. How about Kevin Spacey? Thank you, John Coley. Wildfire. Kevin Spacey, great actor, but apparently he's just a freak of a human being.
Yeah.
Not a very good person.
No.
I wish him an unhappy birthday.
That's what I'm hearing.
But I love The Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Kaiser Soze, I mean, I don't want to ruin it for you. But, yeah. 1959. Sandra Bullock, born on this day, 1964.
Roark. What was that movie with Matthew McConaughey? A Time to Kill.
Time to Kill.
Yes.
That's true, yeah.
With Samuel Jackson.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Phenomenal film.
Very, very gritty. John Grisham novel, right?
Yes, correct.
I watched a bit of Gravity the other day. You ever seen that? Sandra Bullock? I mean, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does a good job in it.
Oh, yeah.
How about Jason Statham? You a big fan? He was in the Megalodon movie. He's no. He's in he's like a bunch of fight movies. He's a British guy, but he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Kate Beckinsale. That's all I can say, David. And Joe Smith, not the former mayor of Dable, but NBA player Joe Smith. 1975. That's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He's David. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.